What's our podcast name again?
The Ladder.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, guys. So here we are. It is us three, your hosts, Joseph, Josh, and Ashton, and we.
Milady.
Right. And this is The Ladder. We are aiming to do, I guess, general commentary, discussion, and sometimes perhaps a horror movie segment, since that's something that's common between us and something we've done in the past. And I guess
We're here to climb the rungs of society and make it to the top, entertaining you along the way.
Yeah, exactly.
I am climbing the ladder to higher conversation and higher class. But
that's how he said I'm, not us.
Yeah, without us?
I'm just saying those are my goals, and I'd welcome you into mine as well. Anyways.
It's our goals.
As you can see, this is not a very organized thing so far. A lot of the concepts of this we've came up in the last 20 minutes.
Shh! Don't tell them that.
What?
Well, you know, as the years go by with this podcast, it won't be 20 minutes ago. It'll be then.
Roll the intro.
We have an intro?
You're gonna make one, right?
So,
I don't know what the intro is.
so I guess to kick us off.
It's gonna be like the JonTron intro, right? You're gonna make.
Oh yeah, da-da-da. How does it go?
I don't know. Da 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 da. Sorry, we can cut that out. Cut that out.
I
Cut
guess
that
to
out.
kick us off, how are you guys doing?
Awful.
Doing good.
Completely awful.
So-
These two woke me up like 30 minutes ago, and it was just awful. I was trying to sleep.
Josh slept for 14 hours and then acts like it's our fault for waking him up when it's 3 in the afternoon on a Monday.
It is their fault. They called me 3 times.
That's not even that many.
It's awful. And then they barged into my house.
Bro, you're an absolute bum. Like, seriously, I've never met anybody who has a job and still has that bad of a sleep schedule.
Dude, I love sleeping. What can I say? We messed up this guy's sleep schedule.
That's true.
I've got 2 hours.
We're still on the same. We're using the same set from a video that's going up on my channel that we did
Should've
about.
already up.
No, you're putting too much credit on me, man. So this is the same set. If it's not up yet, then you're getting early sneak peek. So it's the same set. That's why there's all the horror movie stuff, because it was a horror movie video.
And that is probably about eight podcasts worth of content there.
It was
My God.
it was a long.
We had one session from 1 a.m. all the way up to 5.
Yeah, the sun was up.
It was
But it was a fun time, and I'm really excited. I hope you guys are gonna like the video. But anyway, enough of my channel. Let's get back to.
I guess I'd
That's
like
fun.
to continue on. That was certainly a memory, I'd say, but I shouldn't say too much about it because, well, it's an unreleased video.
Spoilers, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna blur your face.
Anyways, so we haven't really rehearsed this very often.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Okay,
Cut that out.
So, who are we? We should talk a bit about ourselves, give the viewers a background to who
That's
we are.
fun. I like that.
Yeah.
You go first. You go first.
Okay, so my name is Joseph. I guess I'll
What's
first.
your full name?
Sure, Joseph Jagger Humphrey, 6081. Anyways, so I guess I'll start with how I know these two. I met them both in 8th grade.
I'll have to go to my section.
I met them both in 8th grade under, I guess, spontaneous context. Just walked up to them. I first talked to Ashton. Ashton
we had, like,
connected me to
Lauren
Josh.
behind us.
And then another person.
I actually had a big yellow exclamation mark above my head that was floating up and
It
down.
was like a quest.
Yeah, I had a quest marker above my head in gym class.
Yeah, that was my next story mission.
Yeah.
Still working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this better be worth it in the end.
Yeah, bro, this quest is so hard. I can't get over it. But anyways, my name's Joseph. I'm 19. I've been here in Illinois for about 8 years now.
Yeah, we're an Illinois-based. We're in the sticks, you could say.
Yeah, I can tell you guys the address if you want.
But
So you can pop out.
But originally, I'm from all over the South, mainly Louisiana. I was born in Louisiana. a lot of experiences there, which I'll probably talk.
Jackson is all
Man, cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that out.
But like I said, I'm from Louisiana, and I have a lot of experiences there, which might be different than some here. I'll probably talk about that a few times.
We'll do that. We'll do like a Louisiana segment.
We're gonna on episode 100. We'll be in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Dude, I already need a gun to shoot people who interrupt me. Like,
What?
I already need like a gun to shoot people who
This
interrupt
guy
me.
has a nemesis from Louisiana. It's insane. I'm so
That-
excited.
let him talk.
I
Let him
have-
talk.
I
Let
have-
him talk.
I have
Let him
two.
talk.
I have two nemesis.
Nemesis.
We're gonna call it nemesis.
Nemesis.
We have two. Anyways, so I'll probably get to random stories from that throughout our podcast, but I'd say that's my interests. So I'm into cars. I do a lot of stuff out in the woods. I'm interested in like bushcrafting, hunting, fishing, just a lot of outdoor and rather physical stuff, I guess.
You have like an Instagram account that was from his old car.
Dude, I gotta
Yeah.
delete that.
You don't have a new one.
You gotta take that
It's still
down.
up.
You gotta-
I gotta delete that, bro.
He collects. Well, I guess doesn't collect, but he's, tell him about your car.
I move on from project cars to project car, I guess. But
You got this one more.
I really did it because I saw like people on YouTube pull. I was like, I didn't feel like doing schoolwork in class.
He was what?
Not doing. No.
You got that.
He was
I was gonna say goofing off.
Oh hell no!
Going in the car.
Anyway, so like I used to watch YouTube videos in class where like people would go
He
into
bought
like,
a
a swamp and
Goodmobile.
find the most decrepit, rusted things and pull them out and drive like 1,000 miles home. And I guess that's what sparked my interest. I was never really into cars growing up, where a lot of people who have. But anyways, that inspired me to get my first project car, which I guess sometimes I would call it a mistake, but it wasn't a mistake. It was a 1950 Oldsmobile 88, and I did that really to I guess with the end goal of having something nice and maybe even something nice to have to go to prom with. I don't know why I was so drawn to that idea.
I have a story about that too.
Anyways, so we'll talk about our proms later on. Anyways, so I guess I had that, and that car was a learning experience. I gained a lot of skills, and I guess it developed my passion for cars and stuff like that, and like classic cars. But buying that car was honestly a mistake. I should have saved up a bit more, got something better, a better
Yeah.
starting point.
I mean, it
And-
was only like $800.
Yeah, and I don't know why my dad didn't like say like, "Dude, just wait."
That's what I.
You're like a
I mean,
master lowballer. I don't know how you did it.
Dude,
master lowballer, and he'll just be like,
Dude, the current
250.
car I knocked off 1,600 off of it.
damn.
But anyways, the car
You
I'm
shoot him down like Rick Harrison.
the current car I'm on, which is I've been a lot more successful with.
Yeah, I'll have $1 and a cheeseburger for it.
The current car I'm a lot more successful with it. It's a 1973 Plymouth Fury 2, which it's a hardtop, 2-door, and it's got a nice 318 V8.
Let me just tell you,
And
the first time.
I bought it because of a movie called Christine, which I really like. That's I guess our
Oh yeah.
our first mention
Christine's
of horror.
Christine's a
and
good
It's
good
a
movie. It's a good movie.
but
Hopefully someone does a video about it.
yeah, giving away too much. Anyways, those are really my interests. Moving on, Josh.
My name is Joshua. The Bader Miner.
What?
That's my nickname.
The Bader?
From now on, call me the Bader. 'Cause
All
I
right.
bait them fish.
All right.
All right. Before I talk about myself, I want to talk about the fireplace. That it's not. Why is that there?
Leave it in the comments, yes or no.
Yeah. Do you guys like the fireplace ambience?
Yeah,
I mean, we're in a. Okay, first off, we're in a basement. Have you ever seen a fucking house that has a fireplace in the basement?
I think it's a safety.
It's for aesthetics, not realism.
It's like a safety issue or something.
I want a fireplace that the chimney loops back into the house.
What? So we just smoke ourselves out?
No, or where
It's like pulling an exhaust pipe like into your mouth.
or no, like
Podcast
the
smoke.
chimney loops into itself. You know what I'm talking about? So like it comes back into the house and into the fireplace. So it's like a Mobius loop of smoke.
We did that last winter. I didn't know that you're supposed to like open this like thing, this like platform inside, this like valve inside of the chimney. I didn't know you're supposed to do that. So whenever I started doing it last winter, because it was getting cold in the house,
Yeah.
I did that with the fireplace, and the smoke came back out. And it, like, smoking up.
Well,
through
yeah,
the windows. I didn't know it was wrong until my dad came over there, and he like
You.
because he was around back in the 70s and 80s when that was like
Damn.
when every family used that.
Damn.
He was born in 78.
Damn.
But
He's not that old.
I guess he knew what he was doing with that, and he knew there was like this latch that opened the smoke.
Yeah. Well, it's so like birds and fly into your house.
Yeah. I guess I wasn't that experienced with fireplaces, my luxury heating system.
Oh yeah.
Josh,
Anyway.
continue.
Tell us about yourself.
Joshua Miner. I come from a long family of miners.
And just preface that is it
Not-
spelled like
It's
ER
spelled-
or OR?
It's spelled OR, and these guys keep on making fun of me because they're like, you're a miner.
Major, minor,
And
and stuff.
actually, it comes from a long history of I don't know, but it's
Mr. Miner drives a big white van.
Yeah.
That is true.
That van was an essential part of our adolescence.
I'm going to upgrade it and get a loaded diaper decal on the side of the car.
All right.
What are some of your interests there?
Well, I like hanging out with these hooligans.
That's all he does.
I'm making a movie right now. This guy is helping me. This guy
Mhm.
isn't.
I
The next one though.
The next one.
I'm the star.
He's the star. Well, not the. You're James Bond. That's.
Is he not the star of the James Bond movie? Is James Bond not the star of the James Bond
He's the star
movies?
of the James Bond movies, not the star of my movie.
So the spy is not the star of the spy movie.
The old spy is not the spy of the spy movie.
What?
Yep.
You just said okay.
I'd be a badass villain.
Golden face from The Office. That's what you kind of look like.
You're
Michael Scarn.
So scarred. That's what this movie's gonna be. But it's gonna be
Threat level midnight.
Threat level midnight.
So Josh, what's your background in film work? Like,
Well, I just spawned in when I met Ashton Kelly.
It's true.
Um,
I am the main character of our friend group.
yes. So we met in 8th grade during 8th hour one day, and you were hanging out with one of our other friends, Zayden, that we don't hang out with that much anymore.
God rest his soul.
And,
He died.
And let me give some context. I think I just moved into that 8th hour advisory in middle school, and like everybody, it was all full, and I had a choice between going out with Ashton and our friend Zayden, who was out like all in the corner. They were laughing, having a good time, or the most depressing group ever of girls that were just like hating life and just I don't know what they were doing. So I chose to sit with the girls.
I like to think that your confidence level was so high. You're like, damn, I'm about to get hella play in 8th grade, dude.
Keep in mind, I did not shower in 8th grade.
What?
I had greasy hair. I had the Joker.
That's true. He was the Joker's #1 fan before the Jonkler was a thing.
Yeah.
I think Josh has honestly had such a glow up since then.
So and then
My name is
and
Joshua
then
Alexander
and then-
Minor.
And then something happened. The girls probably said, probably tried to move.
Ugh.
They probably told the teacher, it's like, hey, can you like move this kid or something? And like, so the teacher told me, hey, you want to move over with these two over here? So like, yeah, or something.
I guess.
I guess.
I never knew about that.
And then I moved over, and then like they invited me like I was family. It was so sweet.
Yeah, he had Disney Plus when it first came out, so we were just like, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll watch Disney Plus. He had it on his iPad. I don't even know how they allowed you to do that.
I didn't have any restrictions back then.
Well, all right, I'll go.
Stupid.
Hold on, there's a thing in my shoe.
Josh, could you explain? No, we'll get to that.
So, last but certainly not least,
Well,
I am
so
your
least.
final host,
So least.
Ashton.
Actually, I tell your middle and last name.
Ashton.
Middle
No,
initial,
no.
last name.
Shut up. Don't tell them that. My name is Ashton.
It's
all right.
R.
and
Kelly. Ashton R. Kelly.
Cut that out.
Ashton
Don't tell
R.
them
Kelly.
that. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that.
Ashton was peed in some weird places.
Yeah.
My name is Ashton, and I am your final host. And I don't know why would they care?
Why would they care about what?
It's not really about us caring. It's about the audience.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
yeah,
like- I
they
mean, like,
should
what-
know
what-
everything about you.
I don't know. I have a widely successful YouTube channel that you can go all check out. You can all go and check out. It's linked in the description below.
Widely successful.
It's a widely successful YouTube channel.
Brother, you don't even have like ads on them yet.
Okay. Don't tell. Cut that out. Cut that out, Josh. Cut that out.
For that.
But anyway, what are you doing?
Turn it down.
But yeah, I guess a few things about me that I enjoy. I like movies and video games and horror movies, and I really like. I don't like a whole lot of things.
I think you like Plants vs Zombies too.
I like Plants vs Zombies.
We recently started playing that.
You know what? That actually is perfect. We can. You know what? That's enough about me. That leads into my. I had a topic I wanted to talk about.
Can I just say something?
Go ahead.
I guess in my experience, I think a very successful part of a podcast is the ability of the audience to connect to the hosts. I guess.
Yeah.
Because
So
like,
talk more about yourself.
I guess what keeps me coming back to certain podcasts is like mainly like the content of it, but also like I'm just interested in the host lives. I guess I like how they progress and like what changes in their lives. It's kind of like watching like the Truman Show or like
Okay.
or like
Okay.
But I'm just saying.
All right. I'll keep.
We should
Let's
open ourselves up
recreate-
to the audience a bit.
I'll keep going a bit then, but just cut all this out. Cut all this out, Josh. Cut all this out.
Yeah.
But
Let's recreate the Truman Show when you get big.
But yeah, so my main things going on. I'm an engineering student at the University of Illinois, Chicago. I finished my first year in May. But I mean that's like my professional life.
My
My main
main goal.
goal is
My
to blow up.
my main goal is to blow up and
Act like I don't know nobody.
pretend as if I have never met any of my acquaintances. But anyway, hobbies. You know, I love movies. Like I said, basically my big thing is horror movies. I'm a big horror movie nerd.
Yeah.
I could talk about that for hours. I've been doing YouTube for a few years now. To a wildly successful, channel with a humongous audience, of course.
Humongous.
But yeah, I mean,
He's the main character, but there's nothing about him. No description about him.
I think you're good for now. I mean, as it goes on, I think as it
Well,
goes on,
we'll
you can keep feeding pieces of yourself.
yeah, I mean, there's just not much to like.
It's one of those things where like as certain things come up, you'll remember.
I don't have a lot of claim to fame. You know what I mean? I don't have a lot of like.
We learn more about you.
Yeah.
There's more to a person than what comes off the top of their head.
Exactly. There's not like I don't have a whole lot to say in like first introductions. You know what I mean? Because like you're not gonna be like when you first shake someone's hand. Hi, I've seen just under 200 horror movies in the last year alone. That's not a.
You're a loser, bro.
Exactly. That's not something you say when you first meet somebody. So it's like I don't have a whole lot of like starting conversations type stuff. But Josh was right. I do like Plants vs Zombies, and and
Let's
especially
start
Plants
there.
vs Zombies 2, because there was something I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, we recently started playing.
I haven't played a lot of Plants vs Zombies 2.
And I started playing like a week ago, and now I'm already on the Wild West.
Good for you, Josh.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say was, what is your favorite plant?
Tall nut, easy. Even though I haven't played in a decade.
Tall nut?
I love.
That's valid, I guess.
I have to go with the sunflower. With the
Sunflower?
You couldn't get enough of the plants.
That feels kind of like a basic bitch
It's basically
answer,
like
though.
it's basically like save the wife, ditch the kid. That saying.
What? What?
Have you not heard that before?
I think you have that backwards.
No, wait. I get it. I get it.
Save the tree, get rid of the apple.
I think the apples are going by the wayside, anyways.
Yeah.
But the save the wife, get the kid. I think Josh is right. The sunflower is important to protect. The sunflower is cherished.
Yeah, without the sunflower, you can't get the plants.
Okay.
It's a factory.
I think that, but there's just so many better alternatives to the sunflower, though. The primal sunflower.
This guy plays Chinese bootlegs.
No, these are in the game.
This guy has a hypno shroom, like a bomb fruit, pea shooter thing.
No, but seriously, like the primal sunflower is just better bang for your buck.
He has a sun fruit.
Don't get me started on One Piece. That's another thing I could talk about. But anyways, the primal sunflower, the sun sage, the fucking the sun bloom, fucking the sun shroom. These are shroom.
I take back my favorite plant. It's actually remember it's like the potato mine.
The potato mine?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah?
I guess it's limited use because I remember like just having fun with those. I didn't seriously use them, but they were nice.
The good to know. Use.
Yeah. So this is very important information, though.
Like if you quick strategy. If you place down your potato mine, you're getting like just by zombies. Just like if you put your special power on that thing, it will shoot 2 extra mines around, and they're all set to go. It's so good.
Yeah. Excuse me.
It helps.
Yeah, if you're taking it up the ass by a zombie, you can spam plant food down there, and it'll clear them out. God. Okay. All right.
Did you guys see Jack Black is gonna play Crazy Dave?
I did, dude. If Blumhouse made a Plants vs Zombies movie and they cast Jack Black as Crazy Dave,
And Ryan Gosling as a sunflower.
I would die in that theater.
Chris Pratt as a pea shooter, dude. That would go so
Dude, Willem Dafoe as Dr. Zomboss.
hard. Jen Ortega as like the big one, the gargantuan.
I would die happy in that theater, dude. I would probably cry.
Cinema.
Absolute cinema.
I think I would legitimately cry seeing a movie with that cast playing those characters. I would die. I would cry in that theater.
Dude, unironically, The Rock would go crazy as a gargantuan. Like doing the smolder as he like.
Dude, he throws Kevin Hart's. He throws Kevin Hart's as the imps. Kevin Hart plays all the imps, dude, and then.
Just imagine all this happening on one lawn.
Yeah, this is all one shot.
One checkered lawn.
There's only one set for the whole
Who
whole
would be,
movie.
like, the default zombie. Like, who's the most default looking actor? Because they just have the CGI in them like everywhere.
It has to be Chris Pratt.
I think. What about like Chris Evans? It has to be like an average dude. What about Pedro Pascal?
Michael Cera.
Michael Cera?
Michael Cera. Just a million Michael Ceras on your front lawn, all painted green, with brown trench coats.
Honestly, that would be terrifying. If you look out and you see Michael Cera, like millions of them.
Hi, my name's Michael Cera.
Everyone has like a bucket on their head.
My name's Michael Cera. I'm here to eat your brains.
Yeah. Google.
Yeah.
KSI is Dr. Zomboss.
You're just saying that because of that fucking
you
KSI
The Coob thing?
yeah, Coob edit, dude.
Logan Paul is like the
Logan Paul is the
pole vault.
Bro, we need to talk about. I think we really need to talk about Agartha, and
We're not going down the Vril pipeline.
There's certain political. I mean, I know it's a meme and all, but there's certain political associations with that.
What is a
Gartha?
You're not Agartha. You're not Vril pilled.
I'm not in the lingo.
You're not Vril pilled.
I'll quickly explain this. Agartha, there's a concept of there's different interpretations of it. Some people think it's like past the so-called ice wall of the Antarctic, and there's like worlds past that. And some people think, but mainly the most common interpretation of it is like it's like an underground like city in Antarctica, and there's like and that's where like Nazis went after World War II, and they have like Nazi technology, and that like, and it's like a bunch of like white people with like blue eyes and like blonde hair, and they're like an advanced civilization, and people put like the
This seems like a Call of Duty Zombies.
and people put,
It
like,
is in Call of Duty Zombies.
People put like edits of it where it's like, do you come from a land
Down under?
And it shows like the most like.
It shows like
Aryan
Logan
looking dude.
Paul in like a Nazi uniform and like.
It's a meme, but we probably shouldn't be talking about that considering it's like.
One thing I want to talk about, Matt Pat.
Matt Pat? Oh yeah, Matt Pat being the governor now.
Yeah,
Is he a governor or he's running for the
actually
Senate?
President of the United States.
No, like okay,
He's running for Senate.
what? Okay, what is he actually doing though?
I have no idea, but like, our friend Quinn has been telling us all about it, and I good for him, I guess.
I mean, Matt Pat retired from the YouTube channel Game
yeah.
Theory, right?
Game theory, fashion theory.
Fashion theory is a thing?
Yeah, this.
What the fuck is
Yeah,
fashion theory?
His Xbox controller is fully lit now. Of all four light bars.
The Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Nah, but I'm like, okay. I mean, kudos to Matt Pat though, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he got the bag, got a family,
I think this is a
squeezed one out, had a kid.
Save the tree, not the apple.
Save the tree, not the apple.
I think we're seeing a trend of YouTubers going into politics. I guess
That's not the trend I'm familiar with YouTubers.
Okay.
There's been a lot of
There's
yeah,
like
well, you
two
know.
paths once you become a big YouTuber. You go politics or a forbidden route.
Or you become like an outlaw, in some way.
It's that meme where it's like the mansion,
Yeah.
and like the haunted house.
You can either go into politics, or you can either become a politician, or
Become a diddler.
yeah, become a diddler.
Anyways, I think I'm starting to see a trend where, I mean, I guess the first one I saw of a YouTuber going to like the Congress or a political role was what's his name, Brandon Herrera, who is like a gun YouTuber. He's in like the third generation of gun YouTubers to be on YouTube.
Third generation?
Well, no, there's like.
What do you mean?
Well, there's like back in the early days of YouTube, there were people who like founded like the whole idea of like a gun channel on YouTube, which was FPS Russia, who I still listen to on a podcast this day. Tragic story. I'll talk about him another time.
Tragic story.
But then you had ones after him like Hickok, Demolition Ranch, and then you have Brandon Herrera, which is a third gen. He made something really cool, which was like a 50 caliber rifle, but it's an AK. It's called an AK-50, and it's really cool. But anyways, I guess he was the first YouTuber I've noticed to go into politics. He wanted to become like a Texas senator or
Texas
or
senator?
representative. Yeah, he wanted to become a senator, and he's out of Texas, and he was winning. He was doing really well until someone donated like a few $1 million to a super PAC, and just beat him up the right last second.
God bless the American political system. But
Social media, man.
But honestly, no. Wait, another thing. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that Mr. Beast was getting involved with politics now.
No, that was such a Photoshop edit that he better not. He's gonna
become mayor.
No, like
President.
actually, like
he has the power to become
dude,
president.
he's gonna have the Hunger Games, Purge,
yeah,
Squid Games all
he's
in
gonna
one.
be like doing, like Mr. Beast would be doing real life Squid Games, having your ass play for like housing. You know what I mean? Like, dude, he's like, all right. We're getting rid of food stamps. We're getting rid of Schedule 3 housing. You're now going to play my game, and if you win, you get an apartment, $3,000 a month, but you get housed. If you lose, you go to Yugoslavia.
This has been a meme for a while, and I remember seeing one where it's like, the year is 2050. The only way you can afford to buy a house is to stand in a circle and be the last one
Exactly, dude.
Give your opinion on Mr. Beast. I want them to
Okay,
hear it.
so I really don't like Mr. Beast because I mean he has just look at those soulless eyes. There's nothing behind it. You know what I
Mr.
mean?
Beast smile.
He doesn't know how to act on camera.
Oh
He's
my.
been doing it for like 7 years, and he
Yeah.
still doesn't know how to do it.
And
But-
the rare time he does get like a human emotion, he
Yeah.
puts it on all his videos.
Yeah. But dude, I personally like I don't think that it's crazy to say that Mr. Beast has ruined YouTube.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like he made it into like
He corporatized YouTube,
corporatized it,
and it absolutely just like.
Bomb
I mean, I feel like this is not. I mean, people like Jacksepticeye have had this same opinion before, but it's like not like a crazy thing to say. But like, he has had such a. I think it's actually. You know what? I can give two things. There's something that I've been thinking of now that.
He has grown so much, like worldwide, that he has the potential to have like political power.
Yes, like he could have an army, pretty
Yeah.
much. Like if he wanted to mobilize on like Japan, I wouldn't be surprised if like Mr. Beast Enterprises was controlling like, you know, half of Dow Jones stock market, half of like the Dow Jones.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I heard that he's like the only currently living billionaire under 28, only currently living billionaire under 28 to have made his own fortune.
yeah, I don't. But yeah,
It's scary, man.
I want to go back to the point of ruining YouTube. I think that Mr. Beast obviously has changed YouTube for the worse, and now it's all about the money. It's not about having fun anymore. It's not about enjoying just showing people like what you like to do. But another aspect of YouTube and just streaming culture nowadays is IRL streaming that I think has really negatively impacted the whole YouTube, Twitch, all that. Like IRL streaming in terms of like Kai Cenat or
recently started going to like red carpeting events. And all
yeah,
that stuff.
I mean, you know, good for him, he's successful, but I think that like IRL streamers like Speed and Kai Cenat, those characters, I mean, I'm not one to talk, but it's like it's like how it's kind of similar to how Logan Paul and Jake Paul were when they were like back in like 2016, 2018, about how their audience are all very young kids and they're all very impressionable.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of these IRL streamers are like, you know, they do crazy, insane stuff. They'll like, you know, light their bedroom on fire or something. And people are like, oh my God, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to become like Kai Cenat. And it's like, okay, that's not a good idea.
I think streaming like the way that's going on, like streaming superstars.
Yeah.
That's an evolving way. That's like just an evolving way of content.
I feel like these streamers nowadays are like showing like people stupid and giving them in that mind like if you do that stupid you will be successful.
Yeah. And it's like, it's also like, another thing to play. I know I'm ranting a lot, but to play off of the IRL streamers is clip farming.
Oh my
And
God.
people who just cut out clips and upload them.
That is just recent like
It's
boom,
so
like-
bad. It's so bad. Like over the past year or two, it's just
the streamers Neon and what's the other one? Aiden Ross like told people that they would start handing out like $100,000 to.
yeah, they're gonna pay people to clip farm or to clip them, and it's like
It's so stupid.
it's so dumb because
That-
it's like
It's dystopian.
it is. It's like I will pay you to show my face to people.
It's like I will pay you to put this on reels and have people addicted.
Yeah,
to
yeah, and that's like why I don't like doing short form content. Like I don't like doing the shorts, is because
I wish it never happened. I wish I wasn't addicted to it either.
yeah, it's
I wish I was a baller, a little bit taller.
I wish I had a cat and a hat. I wish I something.
Yeah.
But Hilo, you need money. Remember that Family Guy clip?
No.
Nope, just me. Okay,
I'm
never
sure
mind.
it is. A
Oh, this
clip.
guy likes Family Guy too.
I like Family Guy. But anyway, yeah, I mean, and that's a whole different topic in general. It's just social media addiction and like short term, the degradation of attention span and all that.
There are studies saying that like more kids than ever have been diagnosed with ADHD, and that's like becoming a trend. That's something in psychology. I'm not really too big into that, but I guess it just relates.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
You know, and they're actually and it's been for the past few years. I don't know if it's still a problem now, but it was like a year or two ago that there were so many shortages of like Adderall and like all the ADHD medicine. Like I got diagnosed when I was 8, so I got lucky. But today it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that short form content, I really wish it never happened, because I mean kids are going to always be addicted to constant dopamine in some way. But this is like, this just gave them like
the amount of attention span. Sorry, but the amount of attention span that arose from when we were kids to now is insane.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I used to be able to sit through commercials.
I know.
I can't sit through commercials like when I was younger, and you'd watch TV and you'd sit through the commercials between cartoon episodes. I'd sit there, but like now I'm like, as soon as like the commercial comes, or as soon as like if there's like an ad or commercial, it's scrolling on your phone, scrolling on my phone immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, and when I'm complaining about this, I'm not like trying to be like self-righteous and be like, oh, this is why you shouldn't be on. I'm on it. I'm on Instagram Reels 24/7. I'm on Instagram Reels like 24/7, dude.
It's something you can break away from. I mean,
Yeah.
I've tried. I have like, they know I have like an app where like every time you open like I have it on TikTok and Instagram, because I don't use YouTube. YouTube Shorts used to be like the one everyone's on, but it's just so bad now. It's like rotted. It's decayed.
I have one of those apps too that tracks it, and every time I open Instagram Reels, a Haitian farmer dies.
That's your motivation.
Every time I open Instagram Reels, the company, they execute a Haitian farmer who's really under.
Facebook.
You're on Facebook Reels.
Facebook Reels, and that's like.
You're on
Oh
Facebook.
hell nah! You're on Facebook.
That's
a
even
different
worse than
level.
YouTube Shorts.
That's a different level of
People
just
started
boomer.
Just, like killing, like just massacres.
Yeah, it's just.
It's awful.
It's just a lot of. I mean, yeah, you can't go 5 minutes on Instagram without seeing the dead man.
I gotta find like a new way to get my apps to work, because like every time I do it, like I open it up, and then like here I have Instagram locked. It opens like a screen like this, and it presents me like, it says, "Why am I checking? Instagram opens today 7, streak 88 days."
Damn, 7 Instagram openings already today.
I usually end with like 15 to 20.
Damn, it's like 4 p.m.
Well, that's just, I don't. Yeah, but every time I do, like, I have to press it, and then it makes me wait 5 seconds. And that used to be somewhat of a deterrent, but now I'm like, dude, I have to have my Reels. Like, I'll sit and I'll wait.
What? He just saw something that caught his attention on Instagram.
Just more World War III inducing news. So,
Was that the fish? Was that the talking fish?
I never knew that was like a blocker for him. I thought that was like ChatGPT or something. So like now that makes so much sense now. I look at his phone and I see like this ChatGPT thing, and I thought he's like, what is he on ChatGPT for?
No.
Yeah.
I'm still glad I've never used like an AI for school. I might in the future, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you would do that, you know.
I guess I wouldn't see. I don't see a problem with it for organizational purposes, but you know.
Yeah, I mean,
cheating.
I would never.
No.
He knows it's over.
All right, sorry guys about that cut. I pissed myself, had to go get changed, and then my Ozempic dealer was here, so I had to grab some. Fun fact: did you guys know I'm on Ozempic? It's true. 3 weeks ago, I was 600 pounds. I have a really good plastic surgeon who got rid of all the extra skin.
Where did all of it go?
Where did all of what go?
Your skin.
You want it?
No.
I have it in a bag in my closet. I have a wrapped up black nylon bag in my closet of like 27 pounds of.
It's all made into like masks.
Well, I'm gonna have to use it for something.
Bro's gonna make a lampshade out of it.
Yeah, he's like
That's not a bad idea. Make a lampshade out of your.
That was one like that's like what like a famous serial killer did.
Yeah, I know. Again, but like I'm saying, like wouldn't that kind of be like a power move? Yeah. That couch. I used to weigh that. That used to be me.
Dude,
that used to be me.
You should like make tools out of it, like you know, like in Overwatch, like when you reach like a gold.
You get gold guns.
Yeah, like that. It's like a symbol you keep using. What if you make like weights?
It's like a Call of Duty camo.
Like wrap the skin around like weights you use.
You get prestige 2 and get to put your cut off skin from being 1,000,000 pounds on your gun.
Yeah.
Oh my god. If you guys know anything about Ozempic,
No.
you ever met anybody
No.
who's like, oh dude, I know.
I've heard it has side effects.
Yeah, it's bad. Like, really bad. I like. As a weight loss drug, it is. I don't think it's worth it because it's for. I think it's for diabetes. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's for diabetes.
Let's
But
clear enough that you don't actually take.
no, I have the needle marks to prove that I'm on Ozempic 24/7.
You were under a bridge, like tweaking out last week. That's where the needle marks are from.
You know that the Ozempic's a shot, and you do it directly into your stomach.
Really?
Yeah,
That's insane.
like a stim pack from Fallout.
I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah. No, but it's like, I think it's for diabetes, right? But but it's like it's prescribed for weight loss, and it like makes you lose like 10 pounds a week. It's like really bad.
People say that Nick Avocado did that.
He probably did, honestly.
I can do that naturally, 10 pounds a week.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
I gained 10 pounds in a week.
No, I did it before. I've done it. Dude.
Joseph eats enough for 3 people, but still looks like that.
Yeah. It's insane.
There's one big quick side note. You got like the classic childhood, like you get out of the pool and you're hungry meal.
You know, this was my bit.
And a Capri Sun.
Yeah.
This was my bit, and they told me, "Nah, we're gonna do a cut."
Well, Josh, what's your bit? I honestly didn't hear.
No, I was like, this guy brought 2 bananas in a Dorito bag.
I was hungry.
What was you guys' like go-to food whenever getting out of the pool as a kid? Like for
Oh.
me, I always remember it was always Doritos. That was always a chip. And then I had like a Coke that I'd get before going there from like a restaurant. And Coke in Louisiana means anything, any kind of soda really. But it was made
Anything.
with Coke. Anyways, and then it was always like a sandwich of some kind.
I could never do the sandwich because I always hated getting the bread wet.
No, like
Well-
I can't eat after I get out of the pool. Otherwise,
I
the
could
food gets
eat, but
wet.
like I never liked like getting a sandwich because it would get all wet.
And it was always like Wonder Bread, like the really sugary white bread.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, never like no, I can't eat anything.
I don't know if I've ever even had Wonder Bread. I don't know. I mean, usually if I'm at the pool, like my aunt had a pool or has a pool still, but we'd usually have a ton of food there, like watermelon or like
Oh yeah,
some
watermelon's
chips.
good to do.
We'd have some like she usually makes like the little weenies.
Oh, you tell me Vienna sausages?
Maybe. Yeah.
Vienna sausages are a real small one, and
They're just small hot dogs, and you make them in like the barbecue sauce, like kind of
yeah,
mixed stuff.
Them's are Vienna sausages.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was actually that's some advice I remember from my grandpa who was born in the 30s. He was talking.
Dude, I forgot how good bananas are. They're so good.
Anyways, my grandpa, I remember some advice he told me when I was like 14. He's like, Joseph, if you ever get in a bind, you'll get you some quarters put together and go get some Vienna sausages. That'll feed you.
That'll give you one Vienna sausage. Nowadays.
For Joseph nowadays, that would feed like one family.
What?
I can go off
that?
very little food when I need to, but I don't like to. I like to eat. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Whenever you guys were growing up, did you guys ever go to like parades a lot?
I mean, yeah, from
Was
time
like,
to time.
Were like parades like a part of you guys' childhood?
Not really, no.
I mean,
but, like if
I've
there
been
was
to a
one
fair
that-
share.
If there was one just like around, I'd pop out.
I mean, Sterling, I know has a couple of years. I haven't been to one in a while.
Sterling, I've been there.
Okay, yeah, we live in. Might or might not live in. Anyways, so this so I mean parades. I remember when I first moved here. There used to be like 2 or 3 a year, and when I was in cross country, in middle school we used to go in them, and then of course was their like homecoming one.
Yeah.
And I really liked that one coming here, but now I just don't notice it as much as anymore. I mean, I'm sure they have them, and I really like the ones in the towns around here, like Galena, Illinois. Galena is one of my favorite places in Illinois, by the way. It has like this Halloween parade, but you know, is it true you guys don't really do parades a lot as kids here?
Not really. We only have like one or two.
Well,
1, 2, 3.
yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe 3 a year.
Yeah, 3 a year.
You guys go to all of them?
Really?
Not. I mean, maybe when I was younger, I did.
Parades
Yeah.
aren't like important to me so much.
Cause Josh is a sad.
Yeah, I'm inside having like both my phones, Instagram reels.
He's scrolling Instagram reels in one hand.
At least you're not as bad as my brother. Anyways, I guess growing up, my experience with parades made it a little bit more important to me. Well, here in Illinois, it means like what it meant to me is like that's like that aspiration you get when it gets warm enough for you to start like wanting to do things, start really wanting to get out, I guess.
Yeah, it's a
Like
sign
that-
of the times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just like that aspiration you get in spring, that coming out of that winter depression that some people have. I mean, everyone has it at least a little bit, but for some worse than others. Anyways,
They make everything political if you think about it. Like
Yeah.
the amount of floats in parades that are just about like vote for me for governor or
well, it used
or school.
But used to kind of be the point of
100%.
parades, though.
yeah, it used to be like mainly political. I mean, it used to
Yeah.
be it used to not really be so much of a town tradition. It used to be like, well, the whole like float thing hasn't been a thing for very long. Back in the day, parades were always like, military
Mario
or
Kart
stuff
Banana.
like that, and it would just be people marching around and stuff like that. But I guess floats became more common, it became more political and military. But nowadays, I think in the past few years we've been in our prime of parades. I don't really.
What does that mean?
I mean, it's like less political. It's more about like candy throwing. I think.
Yeah.
I think.
yeah.
I think but like I was saying about my childhood, as I said, I grew up in Louisiana, which is a home of a tradition called Mardi Gras.
Love Mardi Gras.
Something me and my family still celebrate here in Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
But
Food is amazing.
Dude, I would kill for a fucking jambalaya right now.
I've always been a gumbo
Jumbo
fan.
juice,
Gumbo?
Yeah, gumbo's my go-to.
gumbo.
One time... No, never mind.
But anyways,
Oh.
in Louisiana we always had Mardi Gras, and I remember I guess most of my memories of Louisiana were from Shreveport, where I spent a lot of time.
Isn't that, like, the worst city in...
No, that would be like Monroe.
Oh, Monroe.
That was Monroe. That was like the most dangerous city in America at one point.
Isn't it like St. Louis or something?
That's
I
not
don't-
in Louisiana.
I don't know what the most dangerous city is.
St.
now.
Louisiana.
Well, he said America, so I was like,
St. Louis does suck.
What is the most dangerous city in America?
Probably. Okay, like, all right.
No, bro, Gary, Indiana.
What is Gary, Indiana?
It's just a really bad place. But anyways, like I was saying, as I grew up in Louisiana, we had Mardi Gras, and in Shreveport's a big city. I was so glad to get out of there. I hated Shreveport, even though that was a big part of my childhood. That's my favorite reason for staying in Sterling. I love the countryside, I guess. But we had parades there, and parades are a big deal for Mardi Gras because they go all out for it. I mean, Sterling does a good job, but the floats, they spend months, like all year, preparing for those things, and people are so eager to volunteer. And of course, there's like the Mardi Gras theme of it.
Bro, at the very end, they fucking combine together to make a fucking Mechazord and fight off the French Godzilla that comes out of the ocean in the Gulf of Mexico.
But there is a lot of
Not the Gulf of Mexico.
The Gulf of America.
all right. Anyways,
Political.
Friends, it is the Gulf of Mexico. Anyways, but yeah, I guess the culture there was really good, and the different neighborhoods that had it. I remember one that I used to go to a lot. They were called like the Highland something. Anyways, the Highland Crew, and whenever they used to, and like a crew that does like the floats there in Mardi Gras, it's not crew like CREW, it's KREW. And I'm not really sure where that comes from. I wish I knew more about my heritage, I guess.
Like the killer clowns from outer space?
Okay. Just trying to inject your.
I gotta have a word in somewhere, man. I have no relation to Mardi Gras at all.
There's another killer.
Don't worry, I'm about to shut up about it. But Mardi Gras, I guess those blew the parades out of the water, and I guess it was a big.
Yeah, but that's not a fair comparison. Come on, that's Mardi Gras. Louisiana is the Mardi Gras capital of America
Well,
versus a town of like 11,000 people.
Well, I'm not hating here. I'm just highlighting myself.
I just think it's not a fair comparison. That's like comparing like
even if you compared it to like Houston or like LA stuff, it would still blow it out of the water.
well, yeah, because they're not
And
the Mardi Gras capitals.
And well, I'm saying they're like regular parades. This would still blow theirs out of the water. Even like the military parades, which one of those happened recently. Anyways, so I guess that was a big part of my weekends because Mardi Gras happens in February around there, and then it's Louisiana, so it's warm enough year round to do stuff like that. Worst you'll get is like 30 something in the winter, but I guess I don't know what my end point to this was. I just want to talk about it a bit. Moving on.
Hold on, all right. I wanna look into that because
You're gonna get some background.
Yeah, let me just keep talking for a second. Senator dead in home.
Well.
It was okay. Sorry.
It was two senators, right? And one.
It was
Michigan senators. They both were Democrats.
Minnesota lawmaker Melissa Hortman was killed in her home with her husband, and the hitman was apparently
Part of, like,
impersonating a police officer, and he had a list of people
Yeah.
that he was checking off like a fucking like quest book.
It reminds me of like a few years ago when someone broke into Hillary Clinton's home with a hammer, and was like he was I think he did some damage. She was about to get her husband. It was like going after her. Or something
Bill
like that.
Clinton, the president.
No, wait, no. Who am I talking about?
I was gonna say, how are you gonna say her husband, the president?
No, dude, no. It was someone. I know Hillary Clinton was like one of the targets,
I
and
think there's a fire, Joseph.
Fire stopped.
oh, now we're raining.
Yeah, now it's raining down here.
Anyways, that just reminded me of some years ago. Someone broke in like a politician's room. No, it was Nancy Pelosi and her
Nancy
husband.
Pelosi.
Yeah, they went after her, and yeah, it just reminds me of that. They was
Yeah.
maybe motivated.
Well, let's start with my segment.
Quick thing, I don't think a hammer is the right weapon to do that with. Like, you're breaking a home.
Oh,
yes, something
okay, yeah. Personally, if I was to break into a senator or lawmaker's home and try to murder them, I would not use a hammer.
I think that's common sense. You don't bring like something like that. You bring like, you bring like one of those things, those. I'm not gonna go.
You're incriminating yourself. You're incriminating yourself.
So one special thing that we're trying to do on this podcast is start segments and all that stuff. So we have one of my segments is how shots are done. There's gonna be a better name, but that's what I got so far. So for this episode, I'm going to talk about the Gus Fring death in Breaking Bad and how that was done.
So if it's not apparent, Josh is a very, very big into cinematography.
I
and all
love
that.
it. I
And
love
so this
everything.
is his personal segment on
So let me give you guys some context about how I thought about the shot. My friend over here, Ashden Kelly, got me into Breaking Bad, and it was a slow start, and then I just picked it up and watched the whole series, and now he wants me to watch Better Call Saul.
who hasn't seen Breaking Bad.
And it's the same thing, but one of the coolest things that I've seen in that show is Gus Fring's death scene. When I saw that, like, VFX, it shocked me how, like, disgusting and real.
That was all makeup.
I know. And it was...
That was actually
disgusting.
real. They actually
Like,
killed him.
I stopped the episode to search up how they did it. And how they do it is they make this, like, prosthetic face
Yes.
of his
Giancarlo Esposito.
yes, of his face, and they slap it on like half of the thing, and the rest is like VFX, all stuff.
Yep.
And what's his name? Who's the director?
Vince Gilligan.
Vince Gilligan. When he shot that scene 16 times, I believe.
You got to get it right.
He had to get it right. and like everybody else was like just confused, like why is he doing this? Everything looks the same.
Yeah, they had to blow up didn't they have to blow? So they had to blow.
up-
They had to blow off the door off its hinges 16 times.
And it was insane. And then Vince Gilligan was like doubting himself, like, what did I have to do it 16 times and all that stuff? So the 16 shot, he loved it. It was perfect. But he was doubting himself, and he told his editor, mix up all the takes and all that stuff, and let him watch it in that random order. And miraculously, he picked the 16th shot.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what was used in the episode.
You know, it's kind of funny. I just realized this. Gus Fring, when he gets half his face blown off, he kind of looks like the zombie from Dawn of the Dead.
He does.
He does look like that. He kind of looks like the zombie from Dawn of the Dead.
Any way to inject it.
Bro, it's...
Anything but the topic.
So I learned something about this guy today, or yesterday. Dawn of the Dead isn't his favorite movie.
It's not...
I for the longest time I thought it was his favorite movie. It wasn't.
It's...
No, don't tell him. He has to watch the.
Yeah, you gotta watch my video to figure out what my favorite horror movie is. But it's not my favorite movie. It's like my second favorite movie though.
That's crazy.
I love...
I think we might have had it in. No, I won't spoil it.
The second, third, I don't know.
No, I think
Whatever.
we both had it in our second.
Really?
I recently watched like this video of how Hank could have caught Walter so many times throughout the series.
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Do you guys
God?
do you guys even remember the episode of Breaking Bad about the fly?
I do.
Yeah.
Well, that was because they ran out of money.
I don't remember like a single part of that episode.
No, I remember a lot of it. That episode was so good.
Is that the episode where
He just chases a fly throughout the.
yeah, it's like a Tom and Jerry episode. Is that the episode where Walt like does a thing where he flips off the camera?
Yeah. Well, no, he does have that a couple times actually, but that was in this one because he's like getting so frustrated, and what isn't like the worst rated, one of the worst rated,
It's yeah, it's the lowest rated episode of Breaking Bad.
but that doesn't say much considering they're all.
Yeah, I think it's like it's still an 8.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a 7.9. I think
But
it
I guess
was.
the Fly episode of Breaking Bad, that was just a filler episode
Yeah.
basically. But it was more. I think it actually added to the series in a meaningful way because, well, it kind of showed Walter's going through
Breaking
this-
Bad fans trying to justify a Tom and Jerry filler episode and how it contributes to the story.
Well, all these years.
Walt would have never been able to defeat Gus if it wasn't for that fly.
Anyways, all these years later, we're talking about like Walter's downfall and his change.
That reminds me of how many times Walter fell from like a high story in that episode.
But
It was in fact a Tom and Jerry episode.
Belly flops off of like a second story, basically from like a second story.
Yeah, it was.
I'll continue. I think that it shows that when someone's like frustrated or they're going through something, obsession can be like a way out of it, or like something to get off their mind. And I think that obsession can be like unhealthy. Where like Walter here, he's going through some stuff. I think this is the point where like he's like divorced. His wife is like trying to divorce him, and she's keeping him away from the kids. And he's been like punched in the eye by someone, I don't remember. And he's also dealing with like drug problems. His relationship with Jesse, and I guess he takes his mind off by obsessing over this fly. And
Who punched him?
He gets punched a few times, but I don't remember. Anyways, at this point.
Hold on, guys. Time out. My mom's calling me. Sorry, I gotta step off a second. You guys keep going.
Whatever. So I think this unhealthy obsession that Walter has with what he quotes as like lab contaminants. He talks to Jesse, and it becomes an unhealthy obsession that he uses to get his mind off of it. And I think that adds to the series showing what Walter's going through, and I guess the growth of his character, or not growth, decay of his character. I think growth can be both in a good and bad way if you're talking about it story-wise.
I hung up on my mom.
Anyways, I've ranted about this long enough.
I was like, Yeah, don't call me while I'm at work.
I'll leave that in. I'm just
Don't call me while I'm at work.
Hi, Ashton's mom.
So,
Hi, Mom.
So like, Josh,
I don't
you wanna
mean
do,
it.
like segments. You want to do like segments?
Yeah, no, that was one of the segments.
So like, are we doing like segments related to each one of us?
I don't know.
I don't
Maybe.
know. That was just something that I just came up with.
Um,
We could just be talking, just do fun stuff
I
like
think
that.
I think that might be like a good idea. Like split it throughout the thing. We can go like your horror, film stuff, and I guess something would have mind whether it's like
Cars.
That, but like
The weather.
I wouldn't go cars like most of the time because
The weather. Do a segment on the weather,
I start with you see that weather out there.
but it doesn't get uploaded for like a week, so all of it's already over.
You hear about this terrible tornado coming tonight?
But I guess I do it in like some of my interests, like technology in some way, or
Hey, I want to bring this.
The
Sorry.
fucking end
Sorry.
of the world is happening, and he's like, yeah, so the end of the world is going to be...
I need to bring this up
tonight.
for everybody watching, all of our viewers and listeners. Have you heard on like Instagram, TikTok, have you heard of somebody named Quan Mills?
No.
He's gonna fight, dude. Don't talk. He's literally like one of those like mythical creatures that if you like say his name, he'll appear. That's literally how it works on TikTok. He's mainly on TikTok, by the way. If you hit his hashtag of him, or if you speak about him, or if you mention him in the comments, or dude, if he's in your video in some way, he comes. He either reposts or comments. He finds you, and then he infects your For You page. Well, first he infects your For You page. That's going to happen no matter what, but it's even worse. He'll interact with you if you talk about him. Dude, don't talk about Quan Mills. Don't talk about this Hogarth roaches in her crib. Don't talk about CNA thoughts. Don't talk about none of that.
He's an award-winning author, and I just wanted to give him a shout out. And I would love to have him as a guest on our show.
Just in the comments. First comment.
You're going to get pregnant by the flying chitlin monster.
Oh my
If
God.
you haven't read the book, my
Killer Boyfriend?
no,
He has like I'll pull it up while you're talking. I know.
he has some amazing books. So yeah, we'll just cut this part out so then you don't hear me stuttering.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'll make you sound good.
Thank you.
I'll put like a deeper voice. You'll be the mysterious stranger.
Yeah, if you haven't read My Hoe Got Pregnant by the Flying Chitlin Monster by Quan Mills, then you haven't lived, man.
So like the more outlandish ones he posts, he posts like concepts of them. He posts like concepts like has a book art. He talks about like what the story would be, and most of his posts are like asking the viewers whether they want this to be a book, and like this. And every once in a while he makes them because he has like 5 right now. But I'll say the most recent concepts he has were pregnant by a used condom from hell, and it's like a monster looking thing.
Let me see it. Oh hell no!
Imagine that.
You
Yeah,
gotta send that to Josh so we can put it in the edit.
And the next one is pregnant by a slice of BBQ chicken pizza from hell. Oh my god, and then this is a more tame one. A femboy drill rapper dope boy from O Block got me pregnant.
That's tame.
Well, and the one he has like
you could buy them?
yeah, he's got 4 real books open.
What are his real books?
This Hogarth Roaches in Her Crib. That's his most popular one. That was his rise to fame there.
Okay.
Next one he has My Baby Mama is a Loser. And then he has Tax Season Thoughts. And then he
Like
has,
THOTS.
Yeah. And then he has CNA Thoughts.
What is CNA thoughts?
I think it's about like an old man and like he's like
Like-
trying to seduce like the CNA thoughts, and a CNA is
Like a
nurse.
certified nursing
Yeah.
assistant or whatever. Yeah. Okay. I like My Baby Mama is a Loser. That's so mean.
That is messed up.
So mean.
Let's not pregnant by a BBQ chicken pizza from hell.
My girl got pregnant by an evil condom from hell.
And he gets in phases while he does it. He has like different arcs of like book design, whether it's like from hell.
Yeah, from hell.
Someone told he like discovers things every once in a while from comics. Like, he discovered what a fuda was. I probably shouldn't talk about that.
We're gonna invite him onto the podcast. And he's gonna just release his new book.
And he discovers like a velociraptor grandmas and stuff, and like.
We should have him announce his new book on the podcast.
Yeah, I think we should move on past Quan Mills, or we risk a chance.
He's probably already here.
Yeah,
He probably already
We're
knows.
probably late. But one of our segments that I was hoping we later we do like mini games and all that stuff, real life mini games. Plants vs Zombies real life mini game.
Bro, what is that even?
I'm going like.
What is it? Michael Cera asked zombies. Brett or dude, you know that fucking. You guys know that that TikTok? They're the girls like that fucking that emo girls like how a zombie walks. Do, and then it's the skeleton. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know anything we're talking about.
Yeah, actually,
we have nothing.
Dude, why are you so like far out of touch with that?
Yeah, you're so weird. Why would
we
you
don't
do
know
that?
what that is.
Why would you do that on the podcast?
I'm happy that we're listening to 200 or 432 hertz rain healing music and natural sounds.
This is going in the podcast. Yeah. Yeah, this is the background music for the podcast.
The rest of my topics are kind of bad. I was gonna ask like, where does you guys' food taste come from? How far can you remember back?
How would I know that?
How far can you remember back in your childhood?
My two topics I came up with were Plants vs Zombies 2 and Dead Senator. Those were the two things I wrote.
But actually,
quick side note: we're past an hour now, by the way.
Okay, well, a quick. I know some people who can remember them being inside the womb.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, they don't.
I am one of those people. I don't remember the few years after that.
You're a damn liar.
No, these people are just convincing me.
You're the fucking lying.
That they can see. They remember themselves being in the womb.
No, they don't.
They do.
They do not
They
remember
keep on
that.
telling me.
Okay, but they're lying.
I made my first investment in there.
Shut the fuck up.
He has a little computer in there.
Shut the
He's
fuck
already
up.
making money.
Your ass cannot remember. Your brain is not fully formed. Your brain's not even formed.
There's still something there.
No.
Dude, I didn't even have to go to the fridge. I had a constant loop there. I was locked in.
No, see,
I was I had so much free time available to make money.
See,
And you're still broke.
I had a TIE fighter.
And you're
in
still
there. I was,
broke.
when that race, I had the TIE fighter in there, just shooting all the other people.
What the hell are you talking about?
Family Guy clip.
No, bro's
Oh.
boom was like a sea monkey.
Yeah. What the fuck? Oh my. No. I don't remember because that's not possible.
Bro's womb was like a petri dish. She was growing.
Josh was actually made in a lab. That's why he was actually made after the troll face. He was
I
modeled.
actually just spawned in.
You know how China made Yao Ming?
Yeah.
They put his parents together and put some.
To be the
wax
best
on.
basketball player.
This was U.S. intelligence's response to that.
Yeah. He didn't quite grow as tall as they wanted him to, but this is the U.S. Yao Ming right here.
I could have been a spy or something.
Yao Ming is a basketball player.
I could have been a basketball player or something. But then they just threw me in the dumpster and now I'm here with you two.
Yep.
We're the
You think if I went back in time and saved you from that, this world would be a better place?
You think if I went back?
You'd be in the LeBron GOAT discussion.
fucking butterfly effect.
Yeah, if we had saved Josh from being thrown out by the scientist who grew him to be a professional NBA player, do you think Josh would be in the GOAT debate against LeBron? It's MJ, LeBron, Josh Minor. Who's the GOAT? That's what would have been. But this is the timeline that we went down.
Have you seen the Coke bottle that had the words, the acronym GOAT on it? And,
No.
And then I sent that to you two, and it's this is what you two are.
Bro, my dad got a Coke out of the fridge yesterday because it was Father's Day, and bro was drinking from the dude Coke. He was drinking from the dude Coke. It just said dude on the side.
That is, oh my god.
So I have two stories of Coke bottles. My grandpa, his name is Jeptic, which is no one calls him by his first name.
Jeptic, you know that had a sturdy beard. You know he had a sturdy beard, and he had some he could down some moonshine.
but people call him JD.
You know, Jeptic could down some moonshine.
Probably, dude is a tugboat captain. Made his own like forest. Made his own like roads. Made his own like a tree clearing business and ran like a cattle
Hold on,
thing.
keep talking.
Grew
Keep talking.
crops, picked cotton, all that.
Keep talking. I have a.
But anyways, so I remember one time I actually found a Coke bottle with Jeptic on it in Louisiana. I was like wondering like, how many people had this name? I don't know, but I'm not gonna
Oh, that was on the name of the bottle?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like that was like a Sumptons or something. I was like, what the f are you talking about?
Yeah.
Is this your grandpa?
No, no, it's not. He's not a gold miner.
I'll send you that. You got to use this picture.
When you guys are like doing stuff on your phone, like screen record it so I could actually like see it.
Your grandpa's not a gold miner. That's what I picture him as. Jeptic.
I guess I won't tell the other story because it's talking about Twilight. But,
Well, guys, I think that's the end of our first episode of the podcast. And there we go. It's all going to hell.
Let's see who it is. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon. Is this Denise Rice?
Oh, of course it is.
dude,
What the fuck is this?
I wanted to hear what he had to say.
dude, I feel so good. Whenever I was young, I was like, I used to answer the phone, and like a lot of the like the police stations around here, they'll call you asking for like donations.
Yeah.
And
Around here?
no, no, and it's like I used to pick them up in like middle school in like 6th and 7th grade. And I'd be like, hello, my name is Sergeant or whatever, police sergeant out of Rockford, Illinois, and we
You're
got-
being drafted.
And then I'm like 15 and I can't really help you, and you're like, are your parents around? And I thought, yeah, I'm sorry, dude. No, that I felt bad.
Click.
And now,
This is a national security.
A national security threat. Please, we need $3.99. Please.
And then Joseph's just on the phone. Sorry, man, I can't help you.
And then the cops are like, fuck, he wanted to buy his like Roblox Game Pass.
dude, I gave blood twice, and now it's every 2 days I get a call from the American Red Cross.
Oh my god.
Guys,
I gave blood once. Alright, I'll save it for the next podcast. I'm sorry.
I said let's end the episode 5 minutes ago.
It was not 5. It was like a minute and a half.
Thank you guys for joining us for the first episode of The Ladder.
The ladder. I forgot we named it that.
Motherfucker.
Again, this is your host Joseph, Josh, and Ashton. That's a wrap.
Yeah. We're hoping to get Quandale.
Quandale Dingle?
What's the name?
Quan Mills.
We're hoping to get Quan Mills, episode 2. Please respond. We'd love to have you.
Please shout out Quan Mills.
Have a good one,
Thank you.
guys.
No!